23일 월요일 오전 5시 42분입니다. 이번 강연 TV를 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 이번 시간은 구약성경 열왕기하 8장 1절부터 영어 성경으로 읽어보도록 하겠습니다. Then spake Elisha unto the woman whose son he had restored to life, saying, Arise and go to and thine household and sojourn wheresoever thou canst sojourn, for the Lord has called for mine, and it shall also come upon the land 7 years. And the woman arose and did after the saying of the man of God, and she went with her household and sojourned in the land of the Philistines 7 years. And it came to pass at the 7 years, and that the woman returned out of the land of the Philistines, and she went forth to cry unto the king for her house and for her land. And the king talked with Gehazi, the servant of the man of God, saying, Tell me, I pray thee, all the great things that Elisha has done. And it came to pass as he was telling the king how he had restored a dead body to life, that behold, the woman whose son he had restored to life cried to the king for her house and for her land. And Gehazi said, My lord, O king, this is the woman, and this is her son, whom Elisha restored to life. And when the king asked the woman, she told him. So the king appointed unto her a certain officer, saying, Restore all that was hers, and all the fruits of the field, since the day that she left the land, even until now. And Elisha came to Damascus, and Ben-Hadad, the king of Syria, was sick, and it was told him, saying, The man of God is come hither. And the king said unto Sahel, Take a present in hand, and go meet the man of God, and inquire of the Lord by him, saying, Shall I recover of this disease? So Hazael went to meet him, and took a present with him, even of every good thing of Damascus, 40 camels burden, and came and stood before him, and said, Thy son Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, has sent me to thee, saying, Shall I recover of this disease? And Elisa said unto him, Go, say ye unto him, thou mayest certainly recover. Howbeit the Lord has assured me that he shall surely die. And he settled his countenance steadfastly until he was ashamed, and the man of God wept. And Hazael said, Why weepest, my Lord? And he answered, Because I know the evil that thou wilt do unto the children of Israel. Their strongholds wilt thou set on fire. And the young man will do slay with the sword, and will dash their children, and rip up their woman with a child. And Hazael said, But what is thy servant dog that he should do this great thing? And Elisa answered, The Lord has showed me that thou shalt be king over Syria. So he departed from Elisa and came to his master, who said to him, What said Elisa to thee? And he answered, He told me that thou shouldest surely recover. And it came to pass on the morrow that he took a sick cross and dipped it in water and spread it on his face, so that he died, and Hazael lay in his stead. And the people's ear of Joram, the son of Ahab, king of Israel, Jehoshaphat being then king of Judah, Joram, the son of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, began to reign. 32 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned 8 years in Jerusalem. And he worked in the way of the kings of Israel, as did the house of Ahab, for the daughter of Ahab was his wife, and he did evil in the sight of the Lord. Yet the Lord would not the story Judah for David his servant sake, as he promised him to give him all way right, and to his children. In his days, Edom revolted from under the hand of Judah and made king over themselves. So Joram went over to Sail and all the chariots with him, and he rose by night and smote the Edomites which come past him about, and the captains about the chariots, and the people poured into their tents. Yet Edom revolted from under the hand of Judah until this day. Then Limnah revolted at the same time, and the rest of the acts of Joram and all that he did, they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah. And Yoram slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David. And Ahaziah, his son, reigned in his stead. In the 12th year of Yoram, the son of Ahab, king of Israel, did Ahaziah, the son of Jehoram, king of Judah, began to reign. 20 years old was Ahaziah when he began to reign, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Athaliah, the daughter of Amni, king of Israel. And he worked in the way of the house of Ahab, and did evil in the sight of the Lord, as did the house of Ahab, for he was the son-in-law of the house of Ahab. And he went with Yoram, the son of Ahab, to the war against Hazael, king of Syria, in Ramoth Gilead, and the Syrians wounded Yoram. And King Yoram went back to be healed in Israel of the wound which the Assyrians had given him at Ramah when he fought against Hazael, king of Syria, and Ahaziah, the son of Jehoram, king of Judah, went down to see Yoram, the son of Ahab, in Israel, because he was sick. And Elisha, the prophet, called one of the children of the prophets and said unto him, gird up thy loins and take this box of oil in thine hand and go to Ramoth Gilead. And when thou comes to Cedar, look out there, Yehu, the son of Jehoshaphat, the son of Nimshi, and go in and make him arise from among his brethren and carry him to an inner chamber. Then he got a box of oil and poured it on his head, and says the Lord, I have anointed thee king over Israel. Then open the door and pray and tarry not. So the young man, even the young man, the prophet went to Ramoth Gilead, and when he came, behold, the captains of the host were sitting, and he said, I have an errand to thee, O captain. And they said unto, which of all us? And he said, to thee, O captain. And he arose and went into the house, and he poured the oil on his head and said unto him, thus says the Lord God of Israel, I have anointed thee king over the people of the Lord, even over Israel. And thou shalt smite the house of Ahab thy master, that I may open the blood of my servants, the prophets, and the blood of all the servants of the Lord at the hand of Israel. For the whole house of Ahab shall perish, and I will cut off from Ahab him that peace against the world, and him that is shut up and left in Israel. And I will make the house of Ahab like the house of Roboam, the son of Nebat, and like the house of Baasa, the son of Ahijah. And the dogs shall eat Isabel in the portion of Israel. And there shall be none to bury her. And he opened the door and fled. Then Jehu came forth to the servants of his Lord, and one said unto him, Is all well? Wherefore came this mad fellow to thee? And he said unto them, Ye know the man and his communication. And they said, It is false. Tell us now. And he said, Does speak he to me, saying, Thus says the Lord, I have anointed the king over Israel. Then they hasted and took every man his garment and put it under him on the top of the stairs, and blew with trumpets, saying, Yehu is king. So Yehu, the son of Yehu, Sabbath, the son of Nimsi, conspired against Yoram. Now Yoram had kept Ramoth Gilad, he and all Israel, because of Hazael, king of Syria. But King Yoram was returned to be healed in Israel of the wounds which the Syrians had given him when he fought with Hazael, king of Syria. And Jehu said, If it be your mind, then let none go forth nor escape out of the city to go to tell it in Israel. So Jehu rode in a chariot and went to Israel. For Yoram lay there, and Ahaziah, king of Judah, was come down to see Yoram. And there stood a watchman on the tower in Israel, and he spied the company of Jehu as he came, and said, I see a company. And Yoram said, Take an horsemen and send to meet them, and let him say, Is it his son? So there went one on a horse back to meet him, and said, This says the king, Is it his son? And Jehu said, What hast thou to do with the peace? Turn thee behind me. And the watchman told, saying, The messenger came to them, but he comes not again. Then he sent out a second on horseback, which came to them, and said, This says the king, Is it the peace? And Jehu answered, What hast thou to do with the peace? Turn thee behind me. And the watchman told, saying, He came even unto them, and comes not again. And the driving is like the driving of Jehu, the son of Nimshi, for he drives furiously. and Yoram said, make her ready, and his carrot was made ready, and Yoram, king of Israel, and Ahaziah, king of Judah, went out each in his chariot, and they went out against Jehu and met him in the portion of Naboth the Israelite. And it came to pass when Joram saw Jehu that he said, is it the peace, Jehu? And he answered, what peace, so long as the whole holy terms of thy mother Israel, Isabel, and her watch, witchcrafts are so many. And Joram turned his hands and prayed and said to Ahaziah, there is a treachery, O Ahaziah. And Jehu drew a bow with his full strings and smote Joram between his arms, and the arrow went out at his heart, and he sunk down in his chariot. Then said Jehu to Bidgal, his captain, take up and cast him in the portion of the field of Naboth the Israelite. For remember how that when I and rode together after Ahab his father, the Lord laid this burden upon him. Surely I have seen yesterday the bird of Naboth and the bird of his sons. Say is the Lord, and I will quiet thee in this prayer, says the Lord. Now therefore take and cast him into the fillet of ground, according to the word of the Lord. But when Ahaziah the king of Judah saw this, he prayed by the way of the garden house, and Jehu followed after him and said, smite him also in the chariot, and they did so at the going up to Gur, which is by Liam, and he fled to Megiddo and died there. And his servants carried him in chariot to Jerusalem and buried him in his sepulchre, which his fathers in the city of David. And in the 11th year of Joram, the son of Ahab, began Ahaziah to reign over Judah. And when Jehu was come to Israel, Isabel heard of it, and she painted her face and teared her head and looked out at the window. And as who entered in at the gate, she said, had chimney piece who slew his master. And he said, slew her down. So they slew her down, and some of her blood was sprinkled on the wall and on the horses, and he threw her under foot. And when he was come in, he did eat and drink, and said, go see now this cursed woman, and bury her, for she his king's daughter, and they went to bury her, but they found no more of her. Then it is scared, and the feet and the palms of her handles. Wherefore they came again and told him, and he said, "This is the word of the Lord which he spake by his servant Elijah, the Tishbite, saying, in the portion of Israel there was the flesh of Isabel, and the carcass of Isabel shall be as dung upon the face of the field in the portion of Israel, so that they shall not say, This is Isabel. And Ahab had seven sons of Samaria, and Jehu wrote letters and sent to Samaria unto the rulers of Israel, and to the elders, and to them that brought up Ahab's children, saying, Now, as soon as this letter comes to you, seeing your master's sons are with you, and they are with you, carry also and horses, fence the city also, and are more. Look, even out the best and beasts of your master's sons, and set him on his faster as a throne, and fight for your master's house. But we are exceedingly afraid, and said, Behold, two kings stood not before him. How then shall we stand? And he that was over the house, and he that was over the city, the elders also, and the bringer son of the children, sent to Jehu, saying, We are thy servants, and will do all that thou shalt bid us. We will not make any king to do that which is good in thine eyes. And then he wrote a letter the second time to them, saying, If ye be mine, and if ye will hearken unto my voice, take ye the heads of the men of your master's sons, and come to me to Israel by tomorrow. This time now the king's sons, being 70 persons, were with the great men of the city, which brought them up. And they came to pass when the letter came to them, that they took the king's sons and slew 70 persons, and put their heads in baskets, and sent him them to Israel. And there came a messenger and told him, saying, They have brought the heads of the king's sons. And he said, Lay them in two heaps at the entering in out in of the gate until the morning. And it came to pass in the morning that he went out and stood and said to all the person, Ye be ready, as behold, I conspire against my master and slew him. But who slew all these? No, not that there are share for unto there's nothing about the word of the Lord, which the Lord spake concerning the house of Ahab. For the Lord has done that which he spake by his servant Eliah. So Jehu slew all that remained of the house of Ahab in Israel, and all his great men, and his king's folks, and his priests, until he left him none remaining. And he arose and departed, and came to Samaria. And as he was at the Seoring house in the way, you made with the priest run about king of Judah, and said, why? And they answered, we are at the restaurant about Asia, and we go down to salute the children of the king. And the children of the king. And he said, take them alive, and they took them alive, and slew them at the pit of the Sheoling house, even to end 40 men. Neither left he any of them. And when he was departed thence, he alighted on Yonadab, the son of Ligab, coming to meet him, and he saluted him and said to him, is thine heart right, as my heart is with thy heart? And Nadab answered, it is, if it be, give me thine hand. And he gave him his hand, and he took him up to him into the chariot. And he said, come with me and see my for the Lord. So they made him ride in his chariot. And when he came to Samaria, he slew all that remained unto Ahab in Samaria, till he had destroyed him according to the saying of the Lord which he spake to Eliah. And Jehu gathered all the people together and said unto them, Ahab served Baal a little, but Jehu shall serve him much. And now therefore call unto me all the prophets of Baal, all his servants and all his priests. Let none be one thing, for I have a great sacrifice to Baal. Whosoever shall be one thing, he shall not live. But Jehu did it in to the intent that he might destroy the worshippers of Baal. And Jehu said, proclaim a solemn assembly for Baal, and they proclaimed it. And Jehu sent slew all Israel, and all the worshippers of Baal came, so that there was not a man left that came not, and they came into the house of Baal. And the house of Baal was full from one end to another. And he said unto him that was over the best tree, bring forth vestments for the worshippers of Baal. And he brought them forth vestments. And he went, and Jehoshaphat the son of Rechab into the house of Baal, and said unto the worshippers of Baal, search and look that there will be here with you none of the servants of the Lord, but the worshippers of Baal only. And when they went in to offer sacrifices and burnt offerings, you appointed for score men without, and said, if any of the men whom I have brought into your hands escape, he did let saw him go. His life shall be for the life of him. And he came to pass as soon as he had made an end of offering the burnt offering, did Jehu said to the guard and to the captains, go in and slay them, let none come forth. And they smote them with the edge of the sword, and the guard and the captains cast them out and went to the city of the house of Baal. And they brought forth the images out of the house of Baal and upon them, and they break down the image of Baal and break down the house of Baal and made it the wrought house unto this day. Thus Jehu destroyed Baal out of Israel. Howbeit from the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin, Jehu departed not from after them to return the golden calves that were in Bethel and that were in Dan. And the Lord said unto Jehu, because thou hast done well in executing that which is right in mine eyes, and hast done unto the house of Ahab according to all that was in mine heart, thy children of the fourth generation shall eat on the throne of Israel. But Jehu took no heed to work in the law of the Lord God of Israel with all his heart, for he departed not from the sins of Jeroboam, which made Israel to sin. In those days the Lord began to cut Israel short, and Hazael smote them in all the coast of Israel. From Jordan eastward, all the land of Gilead, the Gadites, and the Reubenites, and the Manassites from Aroer, which is by the river, are known, even Gilead and Basan. And after the rest of the acts of Jehu and all that he did, and all his might, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? And Jehu slept with his fathers, and they buried him in Samaria. And Jehoahaz, his son, reigned in his stead. And the time that Jehu reigned over Israel in Samaria was 28 years. 열왕기하 10장 36절까지 읽어보았습니다. 다음 11장부터는 다음 시간에 계속해서 읽어보도록 하겠습니다. 시청해 주셔서 감사합니다. 안녕히 계십시오.